Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. Dave. Imagine that. Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. Oh, this is going to be a killer. Let me wipe off the condensation down there. It's been sitting out here for a while, warming up, and here we go. Oh my goodness. Some just flew my eye there. All right, from the Southern Tier Brewing Company out of Lakewood, New York, this is the Peanut Butter Cup. This is a stout, an imperial stout. Oh, it's not for lightweights, baby. If you're a lightweight, you better be careful because it checks in at 10% alcohol by volume. The IBU is at 25, and there's no date on here because you don't need one on a beer like this, mama. It's going to be a killer. Mm-mm-mm. Well, hey, without further ado, let's open it up and drink this bad boy, huh? Let's open it up carefully so we can preserve that bottle cap. Yeah, I save all the bottle caps. I save them all. All right. We got plenty of glassware from Southern Tier, but they're all pint glasses or the wrong kind. This is the kind of glass we want right here because it's going to concentrate ahead. Well, that's not the proper word these days. The proper word is what? Foam. Yeah, because on a stout, you're not really going to get a lot of foam. I just spilled a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, now see, that's how beer should look when you pour it. If you use a pint glass, it's going to that foam is spread across a much wider area and it's dispersed, and it'll go flat as a pancake. This is nice looking. Midnight black. There's no color deviation at all. It's just dark. It's dark. Nice looking tan colored head though. What do you think? Or a little bit more in there. Yeah, that's a lovely looking beer. If I went to a beer bar and they brought this to my table, I'd say, "Oh, I love you a long time," and give you a long time tip too. Ah, all kidding aside, though, let's get some more. The name of the beer is Peanut Butter Cup, and it smells like a Reese's peanut butter cup when you first break it apart. Or maybe you don't break apart your Reese's peanut butter cup. Maybe you just put the whole thing in your mouth. That's why they made those minis, so you can pop them in like that. Hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and drink this beer. It's got some dark malts in there along with that peanut butter. But before we drink it, we're going to thank the brewers in Lakewood, New York, because I'm telling you, they make some fabulous beer there in Lakewood, New York. That's one place that I didn't go to that I really wanted to. And now I have all these cats. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but even if I don't, I still enjoy their beer and I want to thank them sincerely for all the hard work they do. Cheers to them and cheers to you at home. Oh my gosh. If you could somehow put a Reese's peanut butter cup into liquid form, this would be it. Because it's got peanut butter on top of more peanut butter, really sweet chocolate. There you go. But keep in mind, this is 10% alcohol, and I get none of that. I get no alcohol, which makes this a super dangerous beer because if you like peanut butter and chocolate in liquid form, this could be too easy to drink. Oh man. I don't know how they do it. I don't know, man. I bet those brewers over there in Lakewood, New York, I bet they have such a good time. I bet after work they sit there and they sample the fruits of their labor and they say, "Oh man, do you think people will like this?" And the other guy says, "Hell yeah, man, they're gonna like it. What are you talking about?" Small sips are in order for this beer for a couple of reasons. First off, because it's so rich and chocolatey, it's not a straightaway beer. In my opinion, there's no beer that's a straightaway beer. Even those really inexpensive macro lagers that we have on tap in the bars, like a Coors or a Coors Light, I can't see why anybody would want to slam a 22 ounce of that beer. Okay, yeah, all right, okay. But you're abusing your body and you're missing the whole point of drinking beer. The beer drinking experience, you're supposed to enjoy the beer, have some camaraderie with your friends, talk about the day, talk about how you hate your boss, whatever. You slam a beer, what is that? Okay, so your body can slam a beer. I bet you in 40 years you won't be slamming any beers. Uh, I can attest to that, yeah. But the second reason is we got 10% alcohol. You have to respect the ABV because even though you may not detect it, your body knows 10%. Your body said, what is he doing to us? He's 10%. What is he doing to us? Is he out of his bloody mind? I would recommend this beer as the finisher for the evening. And that's what this beer is for me, it's the finisher. Because you're going to sit here and you're going to enjoy this peanut butter and chocolate and you're drinking it. And remember, it's 10%, like I said. Oh, man. Of course, this is a full-bodied mouthfeel. This is definitely a full-bodied mouthfeel. I'm telling you. Oh man, is this good? It's got, I would say, light, light to medium carbonation. It's not carbonated all that much. Yeah. Oh man, but the mouthfeel on this. Oh, it's just a full-bodied mouthfeel. Now, if you don't know what I mean by mouthfeel, what I'm talking about is a lot of beers, you drink them and they're like, they feel like they're thin bodied and they're just like, there's no substance to them. Well, here's the thing. First off, if you're gonna really like this beer, you have to like peanut butter and chocolate. Like I said, a Reese's peanut butter cup. If you don't like Reese's peanut butter cups, then this beer is not for you. You shouldn't try it at all. Or if you do, drink some of your friend's beer or get a little a tasting shot of it because this beer is not for everybody. It's a very specialized beer. But if you like chocolate, peanut butter together, you can't help but love this beer. And that's what I mean by mouthfeel. It's got mmm, that kind of thing right there. Like, I want another sip. That's what mouthfeel is all about. But small sips. Small sips. And it's going to take a while to drink this. Now, I got a little bit left over in here. Go ahead and get her in there. Wow, did you see? Well, no, I didn't have it picked up enough. That carbonation really flared up in there. Yeah, but you don't get the carbonation. You don't get the carbonation in the mouthfeel. But if you really want a good beer after a nice meal, man, I can't. What does that say? Blackwater. Oh, I never noticed that before. It says Blackwater. Yeah, because I've had this beer plenty of times. Blackwater Imperial Stout. It says peanut butter. Yeah, I never noticed it said Blackwater out there. Never noticed that. But I just call it the peanut butter cup Imperial Stout. Man, if you can get this on tap, I bet it is killer. Now this beer has been out for a while. It came out. It came out last winter, and I'm still lucky enough I can pick it up here locally. But it's not going to go bad. Man, I don't care if this beer's been sitting on the shelf for 6 months and it's got dust on the bottle. It's not bad. No, just go ahead and drink it, man. 10%, and it's a stout. I mean, if it was an IPA, it'd be a whole different thing. I don't care what the alcohol by volume is on an IPA. It could be 12% alcohol, but if it's more than 3 months old, forget about it because the hops are diminished. On this beer, there's nothing to diminish. Yeah, it might be some hops in here, but I'm telling you, that the chocolate and the peanut butter is what's prevalent in here. Mm. Well, I rambled on like an old lady. I apologize, but I tell you what, life is short. You got to be happy, and this beer right here makes me happy. Until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers. Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure, but the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast, and if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie, and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, Best Damn Beer Shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me, what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my Pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now, I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know, the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and you know, I almost forgot the Amazing Clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says cheers to that.